Hey everyone, welcome back to the continuation of this crowd series that I'm doing here. Um, this is going to be another quick one. Trying to try to keep these as quick as possible. So this setup was from the last video. Um, check out the description for that previous video if you didn't catch it. Um, but basically, we've got our agent clips. This is a new node here called Agent Prep. Um, for this setup, you probably don't need this, but I've got it in there anyways. This will help us next week. Then we've got the crowd source, which is spawning our crowd guys. Motion path follow if we wanted to put a curve in here, and then the motion path evaluate. All nodes we've seen before, and we've got our army of faceless people right here. All right, so let's jump into today. So first thing we're going to do today is all about terrain and getting these agents to walk over terrain. So the first thing we can do is we need um, some terrain, but before we do that, I don't really like how this this spawn looks, this scatter looks. So we're going to replace the scatter first. We're going to do that with a grid. And right here under our crowd source, we have this custom surface points right here. We're just going to pipe that in there. You're going to see we're going to get a little bit of a different look. And then we're just going to create a scatter. And this will give us just a little bit more kind of control over. Some of these, you can see some of these things kind of mirror the scatter. I'm a little bit old school, so I'm just going to use the scatter myself. Right now you can see we've got way too many agents. So let's bring that back down. We'll just say like around 150, 200. So we've got this. Now what I want to do is I'm going to take this grid, and this is a really cool way of kind of art directing this stuff. So I'm going to do that, make them start a little bit more shallow, and that should work. I'm going to go back to the scatter, the relax iterations I'm going to bring down considerably. And now we'll just go take a look at our crowd and see what we get. And all of these little short tutorials are kind of about getting crowds to look good at distance. Um, Next week we'll start talking about avoidance and getting so like right now you can see they're kind of going into each other. There's a node for that which we're going to talk about. But this is fine for our purposes with like an aerial shot of our little army here. All right, so let's make some terrain. Um, Again, we'll just create a height field and a height field noise, and this is going to give us a terrain. And I'm just going to put that scatter preview in the background. You can see this terrain is enormous for what we're trying to do. So let's go ahead, go to our height field, and let's change this to something like 50 and 100, or 50 and 100. And I'm just going to kind of see where our crowd's walking compared to our terrain. So I want them walking uphill. All right, so let's go ahead. We're just going to merge these just for the time being. So we can see what we have here. So we can kind of art direct this height field. So let's switch those numbers back. Let's go 50 and 100 to make this a long piece of terrain. Terrific. Um, Next step, let's dial this noise in. Something with way less amplitude and much smaller element sizes. Let's go up a little bit more, maybe maybe something like that. That should work just fine. And there is our height field. So let's just drop down here. And to get the height field to be recognized by our crowd right now, just going right through the terrain. So let's go ahead and get rid of this merge for a second here and drop down a terrain, agent terrain adaptation. And this is a pretty cool node. So what we're going to do is just drop our height field into our terrain, our agents into here, evaluate, and then we're going to merge these back together again. And then we should see our army walking up the hill. And there they go. So what's really cool about this is that I can go back to the noise here, change it, move it, art direct it, and our crowd is going to follow. So we'll just watch this shot. This is really the last thing we're covering. We'll just watch these guys walk up here as we're going into the outro. Thanks everyone for watching this. The next tutorial, we're going to talk about avoidance um, and possibly getting some footfalls. Right now, you can see these guys are kind of walking through, sliding a little bit. We'll talk about how to correct that as well. But for now, have some fun having your characters go over a terrain. Thank you very much.